So take a look at this. Here are the original colors, you guys. Do you want to work in these colors all together, Addie and Jean and whoever else is doing this, or do you want to pick your own colors?
I really like the colors.
I thought they were quite beautiful. Addie, what about you?
Colors too.
All right, so let's do a little practice today mixing the colors. Let's do that. Okay, I love it. Okay, well, let's get started. We're going to start with the drawing as always. So let me see if I can sketch this out for you. What's everybody else working on?
I'm working on my drawing for my Christmas card.
Love it. I just used one of your cards today, Janet, one of your excellent cards. So nice.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Jean. That's really awesome.
That is awesome. I'm so glad.
Yep.
I'm happy
Super
for you
proud
too.
of you.
I think the people are so lovely there. I think it's going to be just so much less drama and stress.
Do you have to go in to the office?
3 days a week.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Right across from Grand Central. So, you know, not quite as easy a walk as walking to Reuters, but pretty damn easy.
So that's really awesome. It is really great. So you guys are going to see the first, I'll give you some lines for here later, but here are your first kind of sketch lines. And I think what we will really practice with this is the soft edge, right? Where you're doing trees. I know we're doing that. Here, I'm going to take a picture of this, but we'll talk about that as we're going through. We won't just, I think the mixing is going to be fairly simple, but it's the brushwork that's really going to make or break this painting. Would you guys agree? It's all kind of brushwork. So we will talk about that. We'll review it. But in the meantime, let's start with a drawing. So I've got my kind of path. Like this, kind of here and here. I'm really kind of trying to highlight the light areas versus the dark. And that's what these first lines are really about. I'm kind of curious, Jean, about how it'll be to see your boyfriend after 2 years. Are you thinking about it? Do you think it might be weird, or do you think it'll just be totally awesome?
I don't know. It's not like we ever saw each other a lot anyway. So
right.
I think it'll be okay. I hope so.
Jean, you want to come to the Morgan Library on Sunday?
I can't on Sunday. My nephew's going to be in town this weekend.
Oh, okay.
I'm going
with some friends. I'm going with some friends, and you know, if you want to join us.
I would love to. Otherwise, that's one of my favorite. The Frick and the Morgan are my favorite places to go.
Yeah, there's a manuscript show up at the Morgan. We're gonna go see it.
Okay, I just have to say I'm not always able to see the moon from my window, but the moon is freaking amazing right now.
Oh, that's magic. Isn't there supposed to be an eclipse tonight?
Is it tonight?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse tonight at 2 in the morning.
Cool.
Okay, but it's very full and it's just gorgeous.
I noticed that the moon was, and last night as well, had this kind of fantastic equality like this that we're drawing right here.
Yeah, very glowy.
I'm not doing a lot of drawing instruction. That's because I've got people who have been doing this for a while, but I am going to send this over so you guys can see it. You know, there's a lot of forgiveness in, so you can see, for example, that this like tree is in this box here, right? I really am simplifying quite a lot. This is just that light shape kind of popping through the trees. This is the tree background. Here are the light shapes. I'm trying to avoid using as many details as possible right now so that we can just kind of get the lights and darks. So when you're done with your sketch, ladies, go ahead and send it across. And anybody else who wants to send their thing across should send it across.
We're doing an underpainting, right?
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking we kind of have to do some kind of red or orange, don't you girls think?
Yeah, I was thinking, what's the base? What's the one we
burnt
usually
sienna? Burnt sienna?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Or maybe orange, like bright orange, but I think burnt sienna would be lovely.
I just did the darks. I didn't do the mediums because I'm looking at black and white to start with anyway, so.
I just get these shapes that are here. Jean, I cannot see this at all.
I know, it's because I sketched so lightly.
Okay, you need to sketch more heavily. You're going to cover all this with paint anyway. I need to be able to see the drawing. And I want you to get the foreground. So really here, I want you to get the lines that define the foreground, the middle ground, right? So kind of the foreground is here. The middle ground is here. And then the background is everything above here. So I really want you girls to work on defining that. That's the most important thing are those. So here's my middle ground. Here's my foreground. Here's my middle ground. Background is kind of in here. And anybody else, of course, send in what you're working on if you would like to. We never have to do the lesson, just so that you all know. You can do what you want and I can help you individually. The lessons are just kind of designed so we can practice different techniques and I can kind of check up on your drawing skills.
I know it's still not very dark, but.
Just watch. I don't see the line. So the only line I don't see, Jean, is the road sign line on this side. Do you have it in? And I just can't see it.
I did it in well, I've got it gridded. So the shadow part is, but I didn't do the bush part.
Yeah, it just should be a line here.
Okay.
Kind of like showing the road. Other than that, that looks pretty good. Addie, you go ahead and send it to me when you're ready. And then and Jean, you can go ahead and start. Oh, if you want to, you can add in a couple of, in this sort of dark part, in this area here, you can add some of the tree trunks.
The what?
Right, the tree trunks.
Oh, yeah. I put those in. You can't see them, but they're there.
I can't see them. Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah,
you're just gonna have to trust me.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Are you asking
like,
that?
You're
okay.
Like, hell no.
You've been doing pretty good in your classes lately. So I got in your paintings lately. So I gotta say, I think I'm inclined to trust you.
Yeah, that'll teach
you. That'll teach me, right? What have I done? I've got a couple in here. So Jean, you can go ahead and start
Okay.
Painting in your darks and your lights. And when I do this, and Addie, I know you're a little bit still working on your drawing, but I will very quickly, oops, I didn't grab any paints, hang the heck on. I am definitely going to be painting with burnt sienna. So really don't get, make sure you get, Gina, I guess I would say this is the only thing where I've seen you kind of have to go back and trace your feet, you know, trace your steps back. Here, I'm going to show you. Get darker rather than lighter, right? On the base in more areas. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going everywhere there's some kind of dark. I'm going kind of everywhere with this. See how, I know there's variations, but you see how I'm really getting dark?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to really, particularly up here. So this whole area that I've painted is dark, and it should all start out as pretty dark. The other areas are lighter. So this kind of inner area where the light's coming through, that's lighter.
Mm-hmm. But
for the most part, all of this is dark. You'll have a tendency to want to like spot, but really it's like this inner part is light and the outer part is dark. Because you know you can get lighter in the dark parts.
Right, right.
So in fact, I'll probably just go kind of lightly in here, right, with this lighter area and go even darker again. Maybe add in 1 or 2 trees, but not even really getting, mostly just really emphasizing the dark of these outer and inner shapes. Do you see how that really creates a pushback? So even though it feels like we should be more detailed, don't worry about getting too detailed on this first level. It's almost like a dark light, almost like a tone, right, of the whole page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Looks in good shape to me. Good job. Now just paint it. Paint around right here. So this first level really looks, I mean, if you want to, you can get, you know, a little bit of kind of medium dark. You can kind of layer a little bit more in here and kind of go around. But really, you don't have to get into too much detail. So we'll start working on the mixing fairly soon. It's funny, it almost looks like a heart, a sort of mangled heart. That sounded really optimistic, didn't it?
Right. It's going to be the name of my next country western song.
Mangled my achy, my mangled heart. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to grab the rest of all of this. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
So I'm going to suggest that we work with two different greens, or that we tweak our Viridian green.
Just two?
Well, these, yeah, I mean, you're going to be mixing variations, but like with the base greens, I think we should be working with Viridian green, and I actually have phthalo green. If you don't have phthalo green, I'd suggest getting some phthalo blue and mixing it with green. So you have a kind of Viridian green, which is a little bit more in the neutral to warm side, and then you've got a phthalo green, which is definitely more cool.
I have phthalo green.
You don't?
I do. That's what I was playing
awesome.
with.
So I would take phthalo green and Viridian.
Uh-huh.
If you've got it. Why don't you send me your underpainting first?
Well, I'm not done yet.
Okay, all right. So finish it and then send it over. Janet, I just got your painting back. It's going to go in the mail. I'm going to say in the next few days. I want to make sure it's packed appropriately to minimize damage.
Yeah, we're hoping for no damage. Yay.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder these days for me to ship anything.
I know.
It's really bad.
Teams is not allowed right now.
Is that a Teams noise? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I X'd it right out.
So Jean gets the holiday. You get 2 weeks off.
do. I'm so excited. I
I
can't
expect to see you at every art class. Actually, of course, next week we will not have art class on this day. I'm also going to cancel Wednesday's class. I'll send out a little note about it to everybody. All the other classes should go as projected. I haven't had anybody else cancel on me, and I don't plan to cancel any of the Friday or weekend classes. So I'm sure abstract art will continue. I just checked with Marie. She still wants it. And Emma is going to be teaching art class on Sunday. So she's trying to figure out what to teach. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I have my underpainting. Do you want to see it?
Sure. It looks great. Get a little darker on this side. Looks good. And now, and so when you're ready, when you guys are ready, we'll start mixing some colors. In fact, I'm totally gonna move this over. I think we're ready to start looking at this. Ah, it's so beautiful. So I think we're gonna start with the darks. And what I would do, if you've got phthalo green, I'd give yourself some viridian green. Whoops, here, hold on. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Wow, what a mess. I had just put my hands in the burnt sienna. I'm getting it everywhere. Wait, just wait. Okay, so this is viridian green. This is phthalo. Slightly darker. You can even see it on the screen here, which doesn't have the most fantastic. You can see that the neutralness of this viridian green versus phthalo green. If you don't have phthalo green, add phthalo blue to viridian green.
All right, bye everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Bye,
Janet.
Janet.
You
Bye,
too.
Janet.
Bye.
We love you. See you soon.
Love you.
Yes, we do.
You might also give yourself a little bit of yellow. I've just grabbed, looks like a cool yellow. And then I'm going to start by taking some phthalo green or my phthalo green blue mixture and mixing it with a little bit of my burnt sienna. Still pretty sort of vibrant and rich green. I'm going for a deep, rich dark, which when I come on here, I can lay down right in some of my darkest areas. Well, it's still very. Yes, I should maybe stick with just the green parts. You can leave the shadows that are on the road. We will do those as a different set of mixed colors. But I really like this dark. So you guys see how dark I'm getting. You can even, I know there's some light parts in here. I'm kind of leaving them out and I'm kind of not. I'm kind of, because I know that the darker I get, and of course this area is super dark up here. So before I start getting into any detail, any edges, I'll darken here like this.
If I don't have viridian, what's the next best? I have phthalo.
Just use phthalo.
And it's going to be so blue.
So can you see? So this is phthalo, and notice I'm just maybe a few. I'm not getting too much into the detail right now. I'm just kind of trying to lay out the colors, and look at how rich and kind of pretty.
You have Viridian green.
I was going to say, I think you've always had that. You do not know. Jean, dark, please. Dark, 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 dark. Do I have to keep telling you?
It's
dark.
Just the underpainting.
Dark, please. You're going to go back.
But it's hard to get it's hard
no,
to get.
It's not. It is not. It is not. Please go dark. Please, we keep having this conversation. Why are you fighting me? You know I'm right.
Know.
You know I'm right. Get dark. Don't give me this little spot nonsense. You know it's nonsense. Come on, you're a grown-up painter.
Aw, Jean. Maybe she's channeling her inner watercolorist.
This is a fight that we keep having, and at the end of every lesson, she tells me I'm right, and then she does the same thing again.
Maybe she likes being a teenager.
She does like being a teenager, don't you, Jean?
I'm at my rebellious stage.
I know, and yet she never mind. Oh, that's so funny.
Well, if it wouldn't be a true teenager if in the end the parent wasn't right. Come on.
Right.
Oh, that's on my kid.
No, that's why she's not really a teenager, because she totally admits that she's wrong, which is a very beautiful adult thing to do. I'm also getting some ultramarine blue and some quinacridone red. So hang on, I'm going to get that because I like some purples.
Leah, I don't have phthalo blue or phthalo green, but I do have the Viridian green. Do you want me to just use that?
I'm still looking at the darks, but I'm kind of mixing these dark sort of shadows on the road. And I feel like
you had
the
a
road
question.
is a slightly different zone.
Leah, can you not hear us again?
Can you not hear me?
No, we can hear you, but you had a question from your wonderful student.
Hey, Addie, what's up?
So I don't have phthalo blue or phthalo green, but I do have Viridian green. Do you want me to just use that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what blues do you have, out of curiosity?
I've got like ultramarine. I've got like manganese.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'll check.
It'd be nice if you had a darker blue, but if you don't, we'll just work with what you got.
I don't think so.
Yeah, just use your green. Use green and red. So mix green and your burnt sienna. If you want to, you can add a touch of yellow to your green, or a touch of blue, a touch of ultramarine blue. Let's see.
There, it's darker.
Darker, please.
What?
Look at how dark this is. I want you to notice where the fives are. 5. 5. It's darker around the front because as we go back, we go into the lighted clearing. So it really needs to be dark all around. It's like an Albert Bierstadt painting. I'll show you what I mean.
Now it's too wet. Everything's mushing together.
You can always grab your hairdryer out. I am also mixing ultramarine blue and quinacridone red to make a kind of purple. And then I'm adding some yellow to that. And just kind of looking around. I'm not sure I like this color. Let's see. I'm going to add a little white too. So start with your darkest greens, kind of brushed in like this. Loose. Did I send a picture of this? So this is all super loose so far. I'll admit it.
What red are you using? I'm sorry, burnt sienna?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
With the green?
Yeah. I want you to look at my dark green. Look at how dark my green is.
Yep, I see that.
Okay. And I've kind of left the path because I'm about to do something a little different. I've gone off the path. Let us see here. Yeah, nice. I've mixed this kind of grayish purple from ultramarine blue, quinacridone red, yellow, and a little bit of white. You can experiment with different yellows to get kind of different casts and different tones. So I'm still just working in the shadow areas. So for the basic darkest shadows, I'm just doing purple and yellow in here. And notice I'm using a pretty big brush, and see how I'm kind of scraping, I'm kind of dragging across. This is actually a brushwork thing sort of happening now. We're dragging across here. This is all just the path. And then up in here, which is a pathway in the shade, I'm using a lighter purple. I'm using a purple and yellow with more white in it. Notice I haven't got to the back. I'm doing kind of the darkest sections before we get to the midtones. It's like I'm almost closing in on the painting. Rather than actually painting any trees, I'm like closing in on these by blocking in these very big, heavy areas. And let me know if you want information on the mixes. Oh, shoot, where's the, let me know if you want information on the mixes. I think the lights can be done in a variety of like yellows and oranges and a bit of white. See how I'm, oops, just see here. So I'm mixing a kind of a orangey, warm yellow. I don't like that here. Let me give myself some cadmium red. I'm gonna take some red. I'm gonna take some yellow. That's more what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something kind of bright and sunny. I might add a little bit of white, but not too much, more yellow to lighten. And then on the path here, I'm adding in lights. Now you guys could play around with how you do this. And you see I'm actually bringing the lights in up here. And I'm kind of bringing in this yellowish everywhere I see it, but not in a specific way yet. Well, I guess it's sort of specific, but I'm not painting any trees yet. I'm just kind of getting in lights. And then I guess I need, let's see, a little bit of viridian green, red, and yellow. Kind of create a beautiful light green that's in the background here. So I guess what I'd love you to see, if this is helpful to either of you, is how much, like, I'm not painting individual things. I'm definitely kind of painting in a group. I'm going to start adding in more specifics, but still now this is just a very quick color sketch, as it were. This is like, this is viridian green with a little cadmium red and a lot of yellow to lighten it. Create this kind of lovely medium. So see how I'm kind of going where everything is, but right now all the colors are kind of running into each other. It's kind of gorgeous, actually. I'm enjoying it. This is much more abstract. We'll talk about, I think this is a really great loose beginning where we can start to talk about creating edges. So as loose as you guys can go, I really encourage it. Anyways, that's where I'm going today. I'm going loose today. How's everybody doing, by the way?
Pretty good. I think I found what I'm gonna do for Sunday. I'm just doing the practice.
Awesome. I'm so excited. So get to something close, oops, sorry, get to something close to this area. And then we'll start adding in, going over with the details. I think this is one of those things, we've never really painted anything that has the capacity to go this loose. I'm kind of excited, actually. I'll send this over to you guys tell me, either send something over to me showing your block in, or talk to me if you're having trouble with this. I know I'm going real loose this time, so this might feel a little confusing. Or send me where you're at, or let me know when you'd like me to get to the next step. You two tell me.
Just remember, you said loose.
Yeah, send it over. I mean, how much looser can you get than this?
Well,
You're gonna say it's
Jean,
not
as long as it's dark, Leah will love it.
It's not
you know,
dark
from
yet.
here.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
dark yet,
not
but
dark.
I am.
So you're actually not loose enough in my mind, but I'm going to let you get away with this. But you are going to find that you're going to have to go as dark as this to get everywhere you need to.
I know I need to go darker. I understand that.
But I like this.
But
Yes.
right now what's happening is my color mix is getting too wet. So I need
I see.
to dry.
Yep.
Because right now, no matter how dark I put on, it goes light because it's wet.
Right. I gotcha. Love it. So grab your hair dryer out. Wait, did we decide you have a hair dryer or not?
I do have a hair dryer.
Okay, grab your hair dryer and zzz it out.
Okay.
It is looking good. I like it, Jean. I think it's going to be amazing, actually. I like how the building is coming. Addie, why don't you send me yours? Wherever it's at.
Okay, I've been just mixing for a little bit, so I'm not very far, but
okay. Oh, I see, right. Oh yeah, girl, that's looking good. It's looking good. Good. Yep, you're doing great. Funny, I find as we get towards the end of the year, I just get sort of weirder and looser and more like, that's because I know you guys can handle it.
Okay, the hair dryer's freaking bubbles out, just so you know.
Aw, poor Katie.
Oh, what's going on?
She's like, what is this strange machine? I never hear it.
Well, yeah, it's not like I ever do my hair, so.
Right? Right? What is this thing? I love it. And this is good. I need my knees to dry too. I'm right there with you, Jane. Because things don't dry as quickly these days.
Right.
Although it is interesting how the weather really makes a difference, doesn't it? You, Jessica, what painting are you on right now?
Same one as last week.
The one that was supposed to be easy and has become more difficult.
You know what? It's actually coming along. It's coming.
Good.
I'm in a good place with it.
Good,
strangely.
good. How lovely.
I knocked out the hard bits tonight, just now, and I think I uncursed myself. I think it's
nice.
okay. Yeah.
Yay for uncursing.
So I did. I think I uncursed myself. It's always a good feeling. I just want to get this series done. You know, it's just like I need to get it done. Yeah, I needed to get it done.
You are. You're making great headway.
I am. I'm light at the end of the tunnel ish.
Yeah.
One more after this one, and then I'll feel good. I'll feel very accomplished here. Get out a studio series for once. I'm so slow.
No, you're not. You don't have as much.
No, I am.
You put more hours.
You put more hours.
You put more. More of your hours goes to being outdoors.
Yeah, because I love being out.
Right. So, girls, you'll notice I have not really put in the trees yet, and this is what I would like to start to do. Oh, can you give me a second? I need to take this phone call.
Okay.
Did we get it? Okay, I want you guys to listen to something. Woo!
What's that?
Portland Open
Sounds like we have to say
Studios got
congratulations.
fully funded for our first part-time executive director.
Oh, that's great.
Is that
Yeah.
you? Is that you?
$100,000 grant.
Splitting?
What's that?
Is that you or you and Christia splitting it?
Carissa's going to get the job. I will stay on the board in a voluntary capacity. I don't need that job. I just
You're
need
busy
somebody
enough.
to do the work. I just need somebody to be paid to do the work. So
Did you
Carissa
say it's
will
a
take it.
$100,000 grant?
Over 3 years. So
Okay.
it's a part-time position. So we asked for 30,000 a year. And
Mhm.
so it's a what do you call it? One of those, the first year they give us everything. The second year they give us 1/3 less. They give us 2/3. And the third year they give us 1/3. So the idea is that we should be, with this paid position they're supporting, we should be able to fund this ourselves. Anyway, that's really exciting.
That's great. Congratulations. I bet that took a lot of work.
It really did. I can't even tell you how much work it took. It took a lot. All right. Having said that, let us see here. So now that I have these kind of loose fields in here, I'm going to want to give it a little bit more structure. I'm looking over here at, I'm just mixing a dark with, believe it or not, kind of green, blue, and red, kind of a dark purplish. And I think what's important to kind of notice here, and I know you know, because this tree is kind of an anchor tree, it's the one in front. It has some lost edges that are important. Oh, this is the wrong brush. I want maybe a slightly smaller brush. There we go. I want to be able to do kind of a sort of lighter stroke. So you see how like there's shadow that's kind of running into the tree trunk. So you can't really see the bottom of the tree. That's what so now I'm kind of adding these details in. To get more of that. So I'm working that edge where light meets dark. There's a bunch of dark in here. So here's where I'm like adding these trees in. I'm kind of adding them in on top of this base. I'm still going to have to go through and put in some leaves. Yeah. Kind of over the trunks in some areas. And you'll notice back here that this, I don't know, can you see here? Sorry. Move this over a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but here it also kind of, there's a part here towards the bottom that I'm painting now, where the shadow sort of goes into the trunk and we can't see where the trunk ends and the shadow begins. So one of the things that's true about art in general, particularly in these forest scenes, is that there are lost edges. We have lost edges. That gives a feeling of depth. In a few places, I might want to put in more green and yellow, right? In a couple places, I might want to bring leaves across. Can you see how I'm kind of just sort of tapping in? So I'm really paying attention to the edges. I'm paying attention to the way these shadow areas kind of move and envelop each other. So lost edge down here, kind of important. Lost edge right here, where I can't see the bottom of the tree and where the shadow starts. So I should paint it that way. On this other side, Oh my God, I cannot believe we got it. Sorry, totally excited.
Amazing.
Thank you for listening to me. Woo! But it's
No,
just so
this
great.
is,
No,
we
you knew it.
celebrate
That was-
together.
It's
That was
so
a-
great.
That was a full woo moment.
That was a full move.
Absolutely. No, we have to celebrate with each other. This is great.
Yes. Woo! Full woo moment. I like that. It's a full woo. I'm going to go up here as well to add a couple of trees, super dark. This is with my green, red, blue mixture. Can you see how I'm really focusing on the shapes that are running into the light area? I'm not doing everything. I'm just kind of, so I'm not getting too obsessed. Although this is kind of a neat area up here. One could really get kind of into it. Really, I'm just adding in kind of just a little bit. So I guess this is a short way of saying, hey, you don't have to paint everything. You know, you don't have to paint every leaf. You want to focus on like these areas where light meets dark. Now, if you want to, you can go into the light areas with this green and red mixture and kind of add in. But you'll notice that like as the trees go further back, they get a little bit grayer. So you might want to add a little bit of white to your, so it's great. So it's there, these aren't as dark. My darks, even in my dark areas, they aren't as dark. Let's see, where do I want to do that? I want to kind of come back here. I haven't added in that light tree yet, but I have added in. Is this making sense? Addie and Jean, does it make sense, this kind of construction? Okay, I mean, I know you guys are gonna paint this your own way. I don't want you not to do that. But I figure it's helpful to see kind of where the detail starts to get included. I'm gonna stop here for a couple minutes. Now my other board members are calling in. They're all so excited.
Everyone's like, wee!
Got it. So here I'm kind of filling in with some darker green. All my greens, by the way, have some red in them. There's not one green that has no red in it. All the greens have red. Every single one. And in this stage, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of tapping sort of where, I'm going to see if I can show you this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but where this area meets this darker area here, I'm kind of tapping the edge to create a feeling of leaf and grass, mostly where the light area. So there's these kind of soft edges, leafy edges where the light area meets the dark area. I'm going to re-add in, I'm going to actually use a different brush for this. I'm going to re-add in some more, oh, some more kind of bright yellowy orange. Right up in here, where I feel like I kind of lost it a little bit of a golden color. Got a lot of green in my orange, but kind of right up in here. Right, I'm bringing in actually some kind of white, yellowish white down in here. So you see how I'm kind of slowly adding in the shaping and the detail on top of these blocks, really focusing on the shaping where a light area meets a dark area. But look at how little I have to do to start to create a feeling. Let me give myself a little bit more. Where are you, yellow? I think I'd like, I just thought if I want to add yellow over into the, I think I need some cadmium yellow. If you can get that. Oh. I'm out of cadmium yellow, so I'm going to need to mix a little bit of red, cadmium red, into my yellow to get something slightly warmer. Oops, sorry, I'm blocking that. Let's do this. Okay. Just a little bit of red. Look at how little red I need to make this kind of bright yellow, golden yellow. I can start to sprinkle it through here too. Right? Like where the not too much. Oops, I just can't really see this. See, even this is probably a little too much. There's like this kind of lovely kind of reddy yellow orange up here, kind of in a little upside down U shape. Little bits here, little bits up here, little bits in here, little bits here. See how I'm like kind of slowly adding in these yellows? I may go back and add more details. There's kind of more yellow, yellowy orange up in here. Notice that you do not need very much yellow at all for the yellow to be very prevalent In truth, yellow is the color I goes to first on a colored thing, anything with color on it. Okay, and then very light yellow and kind of white in here. So this tree is in the front. I'm gonna want to give it a little bit more structure. Notice how I'm kind of tapping out. May have gone too big. We'll see. And then I'm going to give it, dang, this is awesome. Sorry, I'm really loving this, right? This is quite a neat looking painting. I'm getting a kick out of it. I'm coming in here and adding a little bit of a dark thing just to indicate that that's a single, not too much. I don't need too much. Same in here. I can bring in some dark shapes to do kind of littler branches. So I'm creating this variation over the top of things, looking at areas where there's a meeting place, like where the super dark, right, meets this super dark green meets this light background. I can kind of dot down here, sort of tap my way into these areas, right? Actually, there's kind of a neat area up here of like little lattice work lights through tree branches. I think that would be a neat thing to add. So as I continue, let's see, what else do I want to do back here? I might take some greens and come back in here and carve out. See how I'm carving out a few, and maybe some orange. Couple of shapes up here. You can always, the beauty of acrylic, right, and oils, we can always put lights over darks. And look at how beautiful these lights look when we lay darks upon them. Look at what happens even as I just kind of dot in some light areas into the dark areas. See how pretty that looks? So you just kind of keep working around the areas that you see until you have this level of detail that you think reads well. So I've got to get, you've got to get this kind of medium green in here.
What yellow are you using?
I'm just using a sort of cool lemon yellow because that's all I have. I seem to be out of cadmium yellow. If you've got cadmium yellow though, I'd totally use that. Look at how quickly that painting comes out to be this very beautiful. Listen to me, I'm all like, it's a beautiful painting, but it is kind of a really neat painting. Not my typical thing. I'm much more controlled usually. So I really am appreciating this painting for its looseness. I'm gonna bring some more purple back in, maybe get slightly lighter purple. See, so if I feel like I lose anything, like I lose my little path, I can go back in and kind of lay it back in. It's nice. I'm gonna sit for a minute. I'm gonna send that over to you so you guys can see it. Coming along. Coming along, Jean. Oh, you sent that to me an hour ago. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Hey, that's fine.
So that's where this is right now.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, great, Leah. You're phoning it in. I would like to. See, this is why we need to get darker at our base, because our lights, particularly in a painting like this, we're going to rely on our darks to help us convey our lights. Strangely, you'd think it would be the other way around, but it is not. Kind of a mess. But look at how the dark kind of frames. Might get more dark and back in here. I feel like I got too much light in here and now I've lost my, I'm mixing my original dark, which is red and green. I'm going back in here and getting darker. It's easy to kind of lose. So see how as I darken here, how much that pushes the lights forward. It makes things look less mushy. Nice. Oh, kind of like it. Oh, there's one little area here. There's this like, just how's it going, girls? You having fun with this? I think this is a very fun, I cannot wait to see what you two do. I'll be honest with you. I'm totally excited. Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Mine's a blobby mess.
Just get darker. Just get darker. You can see the areas
Jean,
to get darker. Get darker.
I think that's just what we have to say to you from now on. It's just get darker.
Just get darker.
Get
She
darker.
knows, she knows I'm right.
Like the dark hole in your soul.
No.
No.
And make them lighter.
Everything is neutral. Everything is too neutral. You don't have, everything is flat like 3. I told you, get dark. This whole, look at where all my darks are. It's not a mystery. It's not a secret. Look at where the darks are. That's where you need to get dark. This is framed by dark. So start by getting your darks dark enough. You'll then see what you need to do with your lights. And then you're going to say, you're right, Leah, and I was wrong.
Live for that, Leah.
I want you to get it.
Leah, if I didn't say that at least once per class, you'd be like, oh, I feel like I failed.
I haven't done anything, right? What am I?
You told me I was right.
You know, having said that, Jean, you pulled out some incredibly, this is going to be a gorgeous painting. You're on the way. You pulled out some really incredible paintings in the last month, like better than anything I've ever seen you do. So I want to say that too. Your painting is coming up a level, and what you're learning is how to get your bases done, right? This is going to be a beautiful painting. Just get your darks down dark enough. Don't fight the dark, baby.
Give in to the dark side.
Yep. Embrace your dark. You know, it's funny because if we're working in a watercolor, of course, we have to do the opposite. So and ink, that is like the confusion is going back and forth. We're doing a little going back and forth between all that stuff.
You liked my ink of the trees, right?
Yeah, you nailed it. You did great. I love that tree painting too. It's one of my favorites. I posted it on the Instagram. Addie, can I see yours? Where yours is at? Just out of curiosity. Here, hold on. Let's see. And spotlight. Oh, yes. Nice. You see how that's already starting to come along? Yeah. You see how the light frames the dark? Excellent. Do you need any help, or do you feel like you're just on the way?
I'm just plugging along.
Plugging along. Keep plugging, kid. Great work. You and Jean, everyone's just plugging along. So Jean and Addie, if you want to, because you're the really regular goers to this class who do these assignments, I want to invite you to Send ideas of things we can paint. Would you like to pick like the next subject or two?
Oh, sure.
All right, send it over. Send it over and I'll pick the best one. If you have ideas, just text them on the thread and the things that you want to paint. And if we can do, if I think we can do it, we'll do it. And I'll be right back. Anybody have any exciting Thanksgiving plans?
I'm having people over for the first time in 2 years.
Oh, that must feel great.
It does.
Congratulations. Some people are not really that into Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, I'm mom for my group of friends, so
That's right.
It's felt not good having them over, so this will be good this year.
Yeah, that's really fantastic.
Well, we stay at home and we don't eat turkey.
Really? How come?
We just don't really like it. So one year we ate like salmon and chicken pot pie.
That
then I
sounds
think another year we
great.
had like a chicken, and we've like never had turkey though.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah. But we eat like everything else that goes with Thanksgiving, like the rolls and like the cranberry sauce.
Are you going to go see Emma's family?
Chances are good. So I'm not sure though. But yeah, usually they come over for holidays.
Emma, what are you going to do? Are you going home for Thanksgiving?
I'm going home. So
Yay.
excited. I haven't been able to yet this semester, so.
Really? I thought you went home a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
I was going to, but it fell through.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be on call, and then I ended up being put on call. So.
Oh, as an RA, right.
Yeah.
That's
we lost someone on our staff, so things got all shook up a little bit. Yeah.
What do you mean you lost? Oh, you mean somebody quit?
Yeah, someone quit. So. Yep.
It'll be nice to go home then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I bet you are.
Busy. Yeah.
You can stop by and say hi to Addie too.
Heck yeah. They were doing pottery the other night.
Oh, with your mom?
Yeah, I'm very jealous.
Me too. Is anybody finding it interesting how little you need to put into this composition to make, how little detail you need to make it read? Anybody sort of surprised by that?
Well, normally I would be, but right now mine isn't reading. So
you're not, because you don't have enough dark.
I've made such a blob of it all. No, there's dark in it.
No, you're not paying attention to the dark and pay attention to the dark and the lights. The way the dark and the lights shapes interact with each other. Look at mine. Look what I'm doing. Watch me for a minute. If you're not sure what to do, watch what I'm doing here as I'm kind of returning around all these old. It'll help you.
What color are you mixing for that beige on the mixed with the purple in the pathway in the front? Yeah.
That was, on the bottom, it was red and yellow and a little bit of white. And on the top, it's a bit of white. Nope. You okay? Everything okay?
Yeah, I just almost, I don't know. Things are like falling down in my studio today. And my phone fell, which is fine, but it almost took a tray of pastels with it.
Oh,
Which would not have, that would have been a lot
that would
less
not
fun.
have been okay.
Well, I think they would have been okay, but I would have had to pick them up and put them back, and that wouldn't have been fun. So I'm glad it didn't happen.
All right, girls, where are you now? Let's stop and show it. Or tell you what, I'm going to remove the spotlight for a minute. I want you to just hold up where you are. I'm going to put you in gallery view. So nope, not immersive.
Mine's taped to the.
Can you move your computer? Okay, well, just take a picture then.
Okay.
Addie, go ahead and hold yours up. Wherever it is. Ooh, beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, Emma, that'll be fun. Yes, you're right. That's it. People will love it. I love it. People will love it. Can you take a picture, Jean? I'm dying to see it. Oh yeah, there you go. You're getting darker. Yep, looking good. Right. Getting darker. Look at how dark those shadows are.
I know, they're very dark.
Yeah, so get dark on the shadows in the front. You're right, Leah. You're right, Leah. You're right, Leah.
You're right, Leah.
Leah. Actually, I've been your teacher long enough. I know how it works with you. You do fight it until you stop fighting it. I know that about you. So I'm just going to keep pushing you until you accept it, and then you'll explode.
because in watercolor or ink.
Yeah, but this is not what we're talking about.
I know, but I can't get it dark enough. I can't get it dark enough to make me happy. Mm-hmm. But somehow I resist it. Maybe because I spend too much time doing watercolor, pastel, and ink. Mm-hmm. I don't
think so. I think this is actually something I've seen you do in painting from the beginning. It's a holdover from something you've done at the beginning. So I would say just keep going. Addie, by the way, I just wanted to tell you how nice it is to have you in these classes too. We're really glad you're with us.
Yes.
I enjoy them. They're really fun.
You're getting better. You're doing really well. And I'm really loving the drama of that. You've got the lights and darks really nice. And you can see how much so everything you do to it just becomes really awesome, right? It's easy to keep fixing it. Let's see. I'm trying to think about what to do with this class next year. I'm wondering if we should take it back to drawing. I guess it just depends on who's in it.
I have a new company to try to convince to join.
Yeah, right. And you're in HR.
And I'll be in the benefits. So I'll be
you're in HR. This should be a pretty easy sale. Yeah, I'm stoked about that. But you can, but you don't have to. I love it that you do though. I think it's really great that you do. You might as well, it is a wonderful thing.
I'm an evangelist now. I'm a convert, so now I'm an evangelist.
You really are. Well, you're doing such gorgeous work. It's really a joy to see. Even that struggle is so fun to watch. As you break, I don't mean fun to watch you struggle. I mean, it's awesome to see the breakthroughs that are happening.
You just want to see me in pain. I know how you are.
Yeah, right. The struggle, I really love the struggle. I think most artists kind of embrace the struggle. The struggle is everything, right?
Yeah.
What is there without the struggle? Yeah, so Emma, when you've got it, go ahead and send it over to me and I'll put it across the thread.
Sounds good. I'm hoping to finish tonight. I started a different one and I didn't like how it was looking. So I just started this one, but when I finish it, I'll send it over.
Cool. All right, we've got about 5 minutes left, peoples. And oh, the other thing I wanted you guys to make sure you knew is that we are gonna definitely have a party at the end of the year. I'm thinking about doing it on a Saturday instead of beginning drawing. And Carissa, tell me what you think about this, Jean. I was actually thinking maybe I'd ask Carissa to do an assignment. Like, come on.
Fun. That would be
Wouldn't that be awesome?
To play the game where you just pull things out of the hat.
Exactly. Like some kind of fun abstract painting exercise.
That would be so much fun.
I thought it would be really fun. So we'll definitely do a student show. We'll probably do a video. We'll do a little what we would like to get out of our classes in 2022, like a little sort of wish list kind of like thing, a bucket list. And yeah, we'll have a chance to kind of celebrate our successes, which I think would be really neat.
I think that's a great idea.
Excellent. So we'll definitely be doing that. I'll let you guys know. It's probably going to be, I don't know when it's going to be. Let me figure that. I guess I better figure that out. We're getting into the time. Maybe we'll do it between Christmas and New Year's. When is Christmas this year? It's on a Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday, yes.
So that means, wow. Okay, hold on. I have to think about this. Oh, it is. Look at the 25th and the 1st are on Saturdays. Well, that kind of blows that idea. We'll take over one class. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm expecting to do it in kind of a morning. Maybe Sunday. Yes.
Do you want to hear something kind of random?
Yeah.
Okay, so February 2nd of 2022 is on a Tuesday, which is the second day of the week.
That's pretty weird. That is pretty random. I wonder what we'll be doing in class. Let's see. So maybe what I'll do is I'll cancel the Sunday class and we'll do something on like Sunday the 26th. Does that sound crazy for a party, or does that sound like?
No, I think that's like boxing. It'll be a boxing
like
day.
a Boxing Day party. So we'll cancel classes that day and just have a student party. All right.
Sounds like so much fun.
I think it would be really fun. I don't know if I can get Carissa to work on that, but I will definitely, I'll try.
You know
okay,
what?
You're getting there. You're getting there.
If she gives us the things to do, we can, you know, you and I can throw them.
We could just do them. I just would love them to experience Carissa, but like, absolutely. Jean, this is coming along. I just want you to get these shadows darker because, you know, these shadows and here,
wait a minute.
There's a lost edge. I want you to look here.
Okay, show me again. I didn't see where you're.
So here we go. So, whoops, where are you? Here you are. So here's your piece. I know it's kind of light. These shadows here are way too light.
Okay.
Look at these shadows. These dark shadows actually come into the trees and this section. There's kind of a lost edge here. So look at that bigger shape in here. Lose your tree trunks in it. You lose the edge of the road in it. Pull that darker. Bring that dark all the way in here. It's really like this band here of dark. That's going to help a lot. And that can be the same dark that you used for the outsides here.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's going to help you anchor this.
Yep.
All right. All right, everybody.
Thanks for a nice session, Leah.
It was lovely, as always, to see you. So we will not be here next week because we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving. However, I will have classes on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're craving a jam, come in on one of those days. Got it, Jessica?
Sounds good.
All right. Got it, Emma? Got it, Addie? Anytime. All right, you guys. Great work today. I'm going to stop the recording.